All right, so we have Accentuating the Positive by Cole Hicks. A minute here. All right. Social support. So we look at parts of relationships, partners and how they give emotional support and help when there are difficult challenges. Um, Also looked at how things aren't always bad in relationships. Sometimes what could be viewed as a negative in reality might not be bad. Good things happen on a daily basis in our daily lives that can boost relationships. So that's a big key point. The broaden and build theory in the context of maintaining relationships. The idea is, to express positive emotions, and that enhances how our partners in life think about and how they respond to certain events. And it's just a really good way to go about it to build our relationships and maintain our well-being as people in this world. Experience and expression of positive emotions. They enhance how we think about and how we respond to different events in our lives. Just simply trading off positive affirmations and positive events. Really, you don't know what it could do to someone else. It also helps us build resources. It helps our physical health. Our good mental well-being is key to being healthy positively with rather physically. Um, it's also good for our minds and our capabilities and what we can create when we're having good thoughts and we're really not down in the dumps. Our spiritual connections um, also improve, and then our social relationships, how we're viewed by other people in society. You know what I mean? And social settings and whatnot. It also helps improve those. So the research that Hicks and Diamond did in 2008, no, it's not related to me, Hicks, haha, but um, their research showed that just describing positive events to a partner improves our mood, um, and that works both ways. If you're as unless someone's having a really bad day, if you tell them something positive, 9 times out of 10, most people are going to respond in a good tone. And you don't know what people are going through, but anyways, capitalization. So that's a process in which positive events are disclosed by one partner and elaborated by the other, thereby enhancing the relationship and kind of bringing to light, the whole event that happened in particular between each other and having a real kind of shared moment on that positive event. And it's a really good strategy for maintaining intimacy in a relationship stance, and that's how when you have two people that are connected, that's how they remain intimate. You know, so now how do positive emotions build resources? Well, like I just mentioned, sharing positive events and stuff, it really is good for a relationship's well-being. And then there's research that also has proven that by Gable, Rice, Impet, and Asher in 2004 that they found that it's important to share these positive events because, as stated, you know, it is beneficial. And you can hear the tired old, oh, it's beneficial all day, but they did research on it. So there we go. How partners respond is important. There's active versus passive, constructive versus destructive. Conversation from the text just kind of illustrates, you know, someone who's actively sharing a positive moment. And then these are some different ways that, um, you know, people respond to active constructive, passive constructive, active destructive, and passive destructive. Just some different ways of how people go about responses to different situations. Attaches a video, but it just illustrates what I just talked about, the different ways of active versus passive and constructive versus destructive examples.
Let's illustrate these four different types of responses using the example of someone who comes home and announces to her partner that she has just received the promotion she has been working towards for years. An active destructive way to respond puts a damper on the other person's excitement. For instance, one might say, now you'll be even busier, it will cause more strain on our relationship. A passive destructive response displays indifference. This could involve not making eye contact, seemingly ignoring what was just said, or changing the subject.
Here's a little cartoon snippet, and it just says, if a partner uses a passive or destructive response to experience, and it can fail to strengthen the relationship, which I think we all would agree to be true. Cable studies of responses found, especially for married and dated couples, active constructive responses, higher levels of intimacy, you know, destructive, lower levels, and even passive constructive, which I thought was interesting because, some maybe you're not a passive person, but you act like that. So focus on success and positive events, and that will help couples, that helps couples build strong relationships. And fun fact, Accentuate the Positive was the theme song of a TV show called Homefront. So look that up in the hyperlink, and thank you all for listening.